The normal range extends from southern Indonesia and they'll go as far south as northern Tasmania. And the reason they tend not to go further south is the cold worries them quite a lot. And the reason the cold worries them is they have very little protective oil or grease in their feathers to keep the water out. So if they bob around the ocean a lot or it comes in cold, wet and rainy, they will eventually get wet through the skin and start shivering. It's obviously not cold today, but we can see a lot of these birds are shivering. I don't think they're cold. I think they're just really pleased to see you. And you can also see some of them have been wet today. Now the way in which these birds feed, a group of them acting as a group will herd fish into shallow water. And once they have got the fish herd into the shallows, they scoop them up with their bill. As you would imagine, the pelican's bill opens and closes like this, but they're unusual in the lower jaw can open right out to form a large net that they use to scoop the fish up. On the other hand, the American brown pelican, a very ordinary looking bird, when they fly across the surface of the water, see a fish deep in the water, they can dive in like a gannet or a tern and catch the fish. If the Australian pelican tries a clever trick like that, they'll make complete fools of themselves. They're so buoyant, they'll simply pop up like a cork. But in fact, the only way these birds can go underwater naturally is when they're assisted by sharks or crocodiles, which is something they try and dodge. Now the only visual difference between a male and female pelican is one of size, with the male being larger. And a full-grown, live-weight male will only weigh 9 to 9.5 kilos, so not worth cooking. Also, the fully mature bird has a little bit of yellowy brown on the side of the chest that looks like water stain. It is in fact a feather colour change because the immature bird is plain white on the side of the chest and the very young bird is mousy brown in the feather colour, and we don't have a youngster here today. Now speaking of colours, as you can see the normal colour for a pelican's bill and jar is white pale. However, when both the males and the females are ready to mate, the bill and the jowl will change to a deep pinky purple colour, and they will allow the jowl to hang on under the jaw and they will shimmer in the mating display. For those of you who are particularly interested in the antics of pelicans, the female pelican does not mate for life, but is generally regarded as being fairly sporty. Probably a good thing, I would suggest. I should also point out that sometimes if they park over your foot, it can change colour. I'm talking about pelican. Now, I feed these birds every day of the year. In order to do it, I buy fish from the local fish processor and run freezers when the fishermen can't get out. The whole exercise is very expensive, totally funded out of my pocket, and I go right through the winter when no one turns up, so you can see it today. In order to help cover the £30 a year it costs to do, we have a fee of $4 per child and $5 per adult at the end of the feeding. To walk off without leaving it is regarded as being extremely mean, miserable and shabby. Bloody now we're going to begin by trying to feed some seagulls. If they are hungry, they should take the fish from my hand. There is a pretty good chance that the pelicans will regard the feeding of King George whiting to seagulls as a complete and otherwise a perfectly good fit. It may see some aerial combat. If you are exceptionally lucky, that aerial combat could take place over your head. If you get bombed, that's a bonus. I'm not sure that's true in that regard, but it's not part of the plan. Let's go. Now, as I was saying earlier, they are not heavy, and you can see how easy it is to hold one up. Now I'll just wait for these people to sort about where they're coming and going. Are you people joining us or not? See you later. Another lot of freebies, just a jack of it. I do, I get really shitty. See you later.
I believe we just annihilated like 5 fish.
We've had nothing but arguments. Every day you come down here so properly. someone goes and tells you to get stuff not paid, you get the shit stuff. And the building behind has been empty for 24 years and they're not allowed to put in surface material in it. We've got rocket scientists as the leaders, I can tell you. Anyway, let's get concentrating on seagulls. And some of you think I wear a hat to keep the sun off, nothing to do with it. Table manager's the problem. You feel a first-rate idiot with a seagull perched on your head. Now that's a Pacific gull by the feel of it. It's a heavier ruler, crack-landed. They really are a very fine-looking bird though. We'll see if he'll come round again.
Here he comes.
Such a good-looking bird. Where you go? Here he comes. Silly old fool.
There he is.
Turn around you go. You're going to do a full lap round. Here he, whoops. Did you get it?
There's another one.
They're working on it. Hang on, we'll get him yet. Now some of you are probably wondering why or where waders to feed these things. Let me tell you, only a complete idiot would attempt to feed these things during a tilt. Even on a cold day, it'd be a stupid thing to try and do. Now the mousy brown bird getting around is the adolescent Pacific gull. They take 5 molts to change colour.
Not like your fish. They're all filleted.
Sometimes the seagull can appear quite shy about taking the fish from my hand, and that is because when the pelicans are really hungry, they have been known to eat seagulls live. They flap on the way down. But you'd be really pleased to know that one very distinguished pelican was seen eating a chihuahua live once. And that justified that particular pelican's place on the face of the earth. Chihuahuas are dreadful. Now when pelicans eat their food, they don't chew it, they simply swallow everything whole. And you'll just have to accept as gospel they can swallow a fair amount in one hit. And I'll try and demonstrate with the old fools on the platform. I am of course referring to the pelicans. Now the trick here, just wait and see what this one are up to. The trick here is to get a really good handful of fish and to throw it in your general direction.
Probably freezing, aren't they?
Just come and grab a seat, we'll wait for you to get settled.
Drying off too, I think. Pretty well behaved penguins, pelicans. Whenever I feel it a fish around and then they're...
What do you
While
see
they
going nesting?
accidentally, we'll just feed a couple more seagulls for you if they're interested. See if we can get them fired up. Here comes the Pacific gull.
He's happy.
Put the one on his head.
No, they've had enough of it. Just wait for these people to come. There's another one coming. Come and grab a seat if you like. Right. Now we want to demonstrate how much these fools can eat at once. I think we got a happy one. There he is. He's a genuinely happy pelican. happy as a trout.
We need to wash it down.
Coming back out.
Oh, they're going to move it around to get down.
One's pushing that one off.
Now, if we look
Right, you
along the
done.
horizon, we can see a small island. That is the only part of Kangaroo Island where pelicans breed today. They do not make a fancy nest, they just have a shallow strait for a nest in which they lay up to 4 eggs. The eggs are creamy yellow in colour and rough textured. They're unusual that the first egg laid will tend to be larger than the rest of them. The first chick to be hatched will probably be the only one that will survive, because competition for food in the nest is so intense the weaker ones basically die of starvation. Both parents go out and forage for food, and they bring the food back in their gullet, not their bills as you would imagine. And when they get back to the nest, they regurgitate the food on the ground for the young to pick up. Now, in order to get ahead of the competition, the young birds learn the habit of putting their bills right down the parent's throat to pull the food out early. The problem with that clever trick is, if you look at the seagulls, you can see that they have nostrils on their bills. Pelicans are quite unusual in that they have no nostrils. So you'll often see the young bird with his bill right down the parent's throat and appear to stagger and fall over. And I'll leave it up to your imagination to work out whether it's partial suffocation or the parent's atrocious breath that's causing the problem. Now, I said earlier their bills open like a large net. I will throw the rest of the fish off the edge, and what you'll see is pretty well identical to what you would see if you're watching them fish in the wild. As they swim about, they'll hold their wings up like this in order to keep them dry. One bird turns, the rest will appear to turn in unison like a ballet team. When I throw the fish in, they'll rush forward. Their bodies will get a rolling action up. Heads will go under, bums will come out, and you'll see they just can't go underwater at all. This part really annoys the hell out of them, so I know I'm only doing it to irritate them. So if they tip me over, no photos. Also, after the feeding, if you walk in that direction, you can see some New Zealand fur seals on the rocks. Feel free to convert a few into hamburgers and fur coats, because there's far too many of them.
Yeah, they all know what's going on, don't they?
No, I mean, every
Look
day.
at their rings. They're all gone like that.
Watch closely, you'll see that bill's open like a large net. You can also see how completely and utterly hopeless they are at going underwater. And it dries them absolutely nuts. You can also see how wet they're becoming because they lack that natural waterproof in their belly. That completely ruins their pelican feeding. That's becoming what I hope you will.